Hey, what's going on, guys? So today's lure review is going to be on the Fish Arrow Best Vibrations. This is another lipless crankbait. Now, this bait is relatively new to Tackle Warehouse. I don't know if it's been out in Japan for very long, but some things that people are saying about it lead me to believe that it has been out for a little while. It's a very nice crankbait. It has a pretty high dollar price tag on it at $16.99. Has pretty much just an average size to it. I don't know if there's any more sizes, but as far as Tackle Warehouse is concerned, they just have the one size, and it has a length of 2.6 inches, has a weight of 2/3 of an ounce, so just slightly heavier than some of the more average crankbaits, and obviously it's a sinking variable depth crankbait. Now, when you first look at this crankbait, you'll see that it says best vibration right here on the top. The overall fit and finish of this bait is pretty nice. I mean, pretty much what you would expect out of a $17 lure. While you're up here, you can see that it has a circle split ring. This should definitely have an oval split ring on it for a $17 crankbait. So that's slightly disappointing, but not a deal breaker, obviously. The hooks seem to be pretty sharp on there. They seem to be pretty strong, and they're black nickel plated, so I don't have a problem with the hooks. And the finishes are really nice. Personally, I would have liked to, and this could be just Tackle Warehouse breaking in a new crankbait to see how the market is for this particular crankbait. But they only have 4 colors, which is kind of a drag because all the colors have a little bit of gold in it. I mean, this is their bluegill pattern, and you can see it has kind of like an overall gold effect to it. That's their silver IU color, which obviously is gold. And then they have a silver Shad, which has some gold on the back. And then a King Kuro color, which is just an overall gold color. So I would have liked to have seen some more color choices, maybe like a crawdad pattern in there, or something like just a regular Shad pattern with like a chartreuse stripe going down the middle of it. These are just particulars that I would have liked to have seen, just to kind of make it a little bit more, give you guys some choices. So, but this bluegill pattern, this ghost gill color, is actually really nice. You can see the eyes on there. They've got those 3-dimensional holographic eyes that have that irregular shape there. So it just kind of adds to the overall feel of the crankbait, of it being just a nice looking crankbait. There's a lot of stuff going on here. You can see that it's got the etched scale pattern in there, but it also has that painted on scale that's kind of like that bluish color there as well. So, and the color just, it almost seems to have a color shifting quality to it as you rotate it in the light. I threw this crankbait a couple times. The thing that I like about it is that it has a medium fall to it. There's not a lot of lipless crankbaits out there, because lipless crankbaits, by their very nature, are thin, dense, small, heavy baits, and generally you'll have these lipless crankbaits that'll fall fairly quickly. And this crankbait has a nice medium fall to it. And what does that mean to you guys? That means, at least it means to me, that I can throw it up shallow and I could work it slow. You throw something like an LV500 or a Jackall TN up shallow because they have a really high density front lip to them, then they just sink like a stone straight down. And you can throw those up shallow, but you're going to be doing more of an effect where you're throwing them up there, letting them sink, sit there, and then pulling them up off the bottom. Where these crankbaits, you can actually throw them out there and you can let their seductive fall, if you will, kind of catch the fish for you, which is something that's probably one of my favorite ways to catch fish on a lipless crankbait, especially this season when you're in the pre-spawn and the spawn. You just throw these things up into like a foot of water and kind of just pull them up, not rip them so much as you pull them, because if you're going to rip them hard like this, you're going to pull them out of that shallow water. But if you kind of rip them up a little bit, or not rip them, but pull them up a little bit, and then kind of let their seductive shimmy kind of catch them, that seems to be very effective. And you can really only get away with that on a medium to slow falling crankbait, which the Fish Arrow Best Vibration has a more medium fall compared to some of the other crankbaits that are out there. It does have a really nice vibration to it. You guys remember yesterday and the day before that I was saying that the vibration in these crankbaits, basically you have you have rattling, you have vibration, and they're all pretty much flat sided. These are like the three qualities of a lipless crankbait. I mean, they make silent lipless crankbaits, but for me, a lipless crankbait is a flat sided, basically lipless, obviously, because it's a lipless crankbait. So, but it's a flat-sided, rattling, vibrating crankbait. And this crankbait seems to accomplish, obviously, all three of those. So, go ahead and give you guys the sound of this bait. Kind of just a medium to a medium loud rattle. Here's LVRTO. Here's a one knocking Excalibur. And Red Eye Shad. Go ahead and give you guys some size comparisons here. So it's not the biggest crankbait in the world as far as by its mass. I mean, it's fairly average for its size, but it's a slightly heavier, and you kind of feel like it's slightly heavier when it's casting out there. It stays very stable in its flight, and it does seem to cast maybe slightly farther than some of the other lipless crankbaits that are out there. It's a negligible amount, but it was something that was worth noting when I was out fishing with the crankbait. Also, something that, go ahead and show you this comparison here. It looks awfully similar in its shape to the Excalibur there, which most crankbaits will, because that's just kind of a very generic look to them. The best vibration is slightly wider. You can see it's got a dished out nose to it, which is probably attributing to some of that, or causing some of that vibration that it has that's resonating up the line. But on the fall, this crankbait, it almost has a forward fall to it. It doesn't, like, a lot of these crankbaits will kind of just fall like this, straight down, or they'll kind of fall somewhat horizontal and shimmy on the way down, kind of like the Red Eye Shad. This one kind of does this nose forward fall. So definitely something that was unique to this crankbait. I haven't seen that a lot in, or really I haven't seen it at all in any other lipless crankbaits that have that kind of characteristic. You'll see that it has 3 rattling chambers in here. They all look to have the same material ball bearing in there. But just an overall very nice crankbait. Like I said, it accomplishes all the things that I look for. It's a loud, vibrating, flat-sided crankbait, which is pretty much something that will make me pick it up again. I mean, I have a lot of different lipless crankbaits, and some of them I throw them in there, and after I test them out, I don't use them again because they just don't fit the style of fishing, or I use them on very limited occasions. Well, this is something that I'll definitely pick up again because it definitely accomplishes some of the things that I look for in a lipless crankbait. So let's go ahead and go over the colors here. This Ghost Gill, I pretty much went over everything on the Ghost Gill. It's obviously a transparent bait here. You can see the vertical lines on it with the ear behind the gill plate, and it's got that little bit of a green right here on the gill plate, kind of like on the cheek area there. A little bit of orange, just an overall transparent bait. There's a Ghost Gill. This next color is called Silver IU. No, is this Silver IU? This is probably Silver Shad. Yeah, you know what? This is Silver Shad. This isn't Silver IU. I'll make sure when I put it on the on the text here on the still shot that I know what it is. But same thing, black back with kind of this gold shoulders, gold back to fading into a silver with a little bit of an orange belly on it. This is a fairly nice color. That gold is going to be something that'll be nice for like your more dingier waters. It'll show up a little bit better. So for those of you guys who are wondering about a crankbait that you can throw in some stained water applications, that gold really seems to show up really nicely. And when they start shimmering like that, it's almost like a strobe effect that happens underwater, and and that gold just is something that will help the fish locate it so they can come after it and bite it. There's pretty sure that's silver shad. All right, guys, so there it is. Let me go ahead and show you guys a measurement. I haven't done this on my last couple reviews, but there's our from the rear hook hanger to the front. It's about a little over 2 5/8 inches, almost 2 3/4 inches. So kind of just like I said, just a basic overall average size lipless crankbait there. So really nice. I'm sure Tackle Warehouse is probably going to get more colors if there's more colors available. I don't know if this is something that they're doing to kind of just introduce the crankbait to the marketplace here in North America, but I would definitely like to see some more colors because they are definitely a legit nice crankbait. If you guys like the video, please hit the like button down there in the lower left corner. Really appreciate that. Stay tuned for the next review. What are we going to do? I'm either going to do the LV RTO or the LVR, those are both from Lucky Craft, or the Daiwa TD Vibration. So it's going to be one of those three next. I'm going to get those three done one way or the other in the next 3 days anyway. So stay tuned for those, and thanks for watching, guys.